Hi everyone. So I wasn't going to do a sari video today, but I decided to. It's a little odd for me to do two days in a row, but I'm on a sari kick right now. I started to put shorts on this morning and then I was like, no, don't want shorts. So I'm wearing the sari again. You've seen it before. I think one of the most important things to think about with sari draping is the culture of not of not re-wearing them, right? So there's this old story that you don't rewear them, or you don't rewear them very often. It's similar to the Western concept of women not wearing the same clothes twice, but it's even more. And so there's actually a movement now that uses hashtags with the word rewear in them. So I'm having a little dilemma not because I'm rewearing a sari. I love the fact that I have, like, I've done enough purchasing now that I have kind of a go-to wardrobe, right? Like your favorite jeans. The sari I wore yesterday, the sari I wore in my Instagram post 2 days ago, and they're all khadi cloth. I really, really appreciate the texture and feel of khadi cloth. So this one was sold as a khadi cloth sari. I'm not sure if it is or not. It's clearly printed. It's got some, I don't even know. It's not, I don't think this is jamdani, but I'm not positive. It may be. It's this technique where you add a little color, and you probably can't see it from way over there. Here, let's see if I can get it closer. So these little stripes of color that you can see, those are actually extra threads that are woven in, but the stripes on the edges are clearly dyed, or woven rather. This is like the green thread, the green yarn or thread, and the pink yarn or thread are clearly, like, they changed colors when they were weaving. Anyway, and then you can see further down in the sari, in the pallu, you can see again, you've got this combination. On the one hand, you've got stripes that are woven in, and on the other hand you've got these little spots of color that are also woven in, but they're woven in, what they do is they take an extra little tiny shuttle with the color on it and they weave it in. At least that's what I think they're doing. These are so small, they could be done some other way. I don't actually know. Anyway, so I can imagine that someone might have gone back with a needle and put them in. They're that small. So anyway, I'm having a bit of a dilemma about drape today, because part of me really wants to wear this just in the regular drape. I'm not wearing a bra right now, and the nice thing about the regular drape is that it's got that, the Nivi drape, it's got that cross shoulder piece, so that at least for most purposes I can get away with it. On the other hand, I kind of want to wear a dhoti, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think this is a regular, and I've decided as I'm talking that this is a regular drape day. And this is the thing, like, you don't have to make the same decisions when you get dressed in a sari, but you definitely have some decisions to make. So, one of the things I've been thinking about is some of the other drapes that are out there. Like, I've been seeing a lot of videos recently of, I think it's a Bengali drape, which has basically a wide pleat. You bring it over here, you bring it over here, you bring it over here, then you bring it around your body, and over and down and around and up again. So it kind of goes like this, right? You go from here to here. I think I've got it right. And then you go from there back over to here. So you can see this still creates the looseness that you need, and you don't want to really. I'm doing this too casually, because if you don't get it the right height, you'll trip on it. And I'm short, so like I have a lot of inches of sari to tuck in, no matter what I'm doing for a drape. So, you bring it across and across, And then, I can't remember if it ends on the right or the left, but you can see that that method of making wide front pleats still gives me all the movement. I don't end up with that sort of bound leg thing that happens if you just wrap a piece of fabric around your legs with no provision. Now, because it pleats back and forth, I'm gonna guess that I need one more pleat because otherwise the fall will show sometimes. And that could just be because the fall is designed for a different kind of drape. You know, most saris are basically reversible, at least to that level. But this allows me to cover. So let's see, if I do that, then what do? Do I bring it around like this? I don't honestly remember. And then if I do, I think that it comes up and over my right shoulder. So maybe this is, no, this can't be right because the fall is showing. Anyway, it's an interesting drape. It's designed to be held in place. The pallu is designed to be held in place in that drape by having keys tied to the end of the pallu. And Bengali drapes are very closely related location-wise to, yeah, I'm not going to get this right without looking at the instructions. Bengali drapes are very closely related location-wise to where my family is from. My family is from Patna originally, which is in Bihar, which is right next to Bengal. And because of that, I'm super curious about Bengali drapes. So I need to look that up because clearly I'm going to be trying that soon. But for right now, the dryer repair guy is coming to this house where I'm dog sitting, and I need to make sure that I'm dressed. I don't have to be dressed conventionally when he shows up. I can be dressed in a sari, but I better make sure I'm dressed. So wandering around the house in my boxers is probably not the plan. So you can see, if you've seen me wear this sari before, that it's gotten a little wrinkled. It's not as crisp as it was the first time. It's very soft. I've mentioned about this sari before. It's extremely soft, and I love that about it. It's like wearing a favorite old t-shirt. It's much thinner than the one I was wearing yesterday, and the one that I was wearing before that, which is part of why I'm a little skeptical about the claim that it's khadi. But, you know, I don't need it to be khadi to be comfortable. And so then I'm gonna drape this nice and casually today. I don't really feel like fussing over anything. And the beauty is I don't have to. It would have been better if I had a white t-shirt, but the white t-shirts are all in the wash. That's the reality. You'll notice I did find a pair of white boxers so that it doesn't stand out quite so badly underneath, which allows me to wear this without, here in the States anyway, wear it without a petticoat. I wouldn't wear a sari without a petticoat in India unless I was wearing it kacha style, you know, through my legs. But here in the States, if I'm reasonably street legal, that's good enough. And it allows me not having to wear a petticoat, being able to wear t-shirts. You know, it allows me to feel much more flexible and much more comfortable, and to really bring the sari forward in time and in use. You know, there's been this huge period of time when saris were really have been slowly moved from daily wear to this sort of relegated to fancy wear status. You know, it's only for special occasions. And that's part of course, what I'm trying to combat with everyday saris. But the important thing about that is that you can't hold that super high standard for what's acceptable use of a sari, or acceptable wearing of a sari, right? It can't always need to have knife pleats. It can't always need to be perfectly ironed and unwrinkled. You know, that's a little more practical in India, where there are a lot of ironing services. In the courtyard of my grandmother's, my dadi's house, there's actually, her apartment, there's actually a service. The dog is trying to get my attention. There's actually a service that allows you to just drop off your washed saris and they'll iron them and bring them back. And you know, if you want your saris ironed, that's a great way to have them ironed, but we don't have those services here. And ironing one of these without a giant table that's, you know, like half the size of a sari takes a long time. So if you're going to be ironing saris, I highly recommend that you get a table. These are, you know, 42 inches wide. So if you get a table that's like, you know, 3 feet wide by 6 feet long, that'll let you do a sari in a couple of passes. And that's really the most practical way. Or I didn't know this until very recently, but if you don't have synthetic stuff on your bed, if your mattress pad is basically cotton and or, you know, some natural fiber, high temperature fiber, and your sheets are cotton, you can actually lay stuff out on your bed. So if you have a large bed, or even on a twin size bed, and it's not too low for you to bend over and use, you can use that as a surface to iron your saris. So I'm not saying you shouldn't iron saris. You absolutely, they're stunning and gorgeous and formal and beautiful if you iron them. Hi, Dago. And also, you don't have to, right? Like, I think we need to release that kind of stiff, formal, classist, really, requirement that a well-worn sari is always ironed and is always knife pleated and is always perfect. This is really about, this whole video series, this whole Patreon is really about embracing the imperfection of wearing a sari every day, which means that it's not always going to be dressy. You know, you got to have saris you can wear in a kind of sweatpantsy way, and saris you can wear in an athletic way. You won't always wear the same sari. And you're going to choose from your wardrobe just like you would choose from your wardrobe if you were wearing jeans or pants or dresses or whatever. You know, sometimes you wear it differently, and sometimes you want something that's got a little bit different character. This is super lightweight. It's great for hot weather. It's this almost paper thin cotton that I really adore. And it's not special in any specific way. You know, it's special because it's hand woven. It's special because it's the only sari with this particular set of characteristics in my wardrobe. But selecting a sari to wear is really a process of, what am I doing today and what should I wear for that? You know, yesterday I went to the beach in my green khadi cloth, my light green khadi cloth sari, and that worked out really well. And I was wearing it in a kacha drape, and that worked out really well. You know, today I'm going to take the dog probably to the beach again, because I love taking him to the beach and he adores it. And when we go to the beach today, I'll probably be wearing this, but I might kacha it, right? I might do this. And if you do this and expect to keep the pallu and not, you know, run the pallu into the pleats the way I did last time, you know, yesterday I pleated all those pleats and didn't leave any for the pallu. This time I've got a pallu. So what happens is you end up with shorts, right? Like when I tuck this up kacha style, I end up with shorts. And a lot of working class folks in Mumbai and other parts, most of India, a lot of working class women will wear their saris up like this all the time. Now Mumbai, this is because the traditional drape of Mumbai is basically like this. And what you need to do to get long ankle-length coverage is have a 9-yard sari instead of a 6-yard, but they're expensive and harder and harder to get, and very difficult to get in synthetics, which a lot of working women prefer. Not office working women, but women who do manual labor of various kinds really prefer the synthetics because they're super easy to take care of. There is no ironing. You know, you can wash them in any way you need to. They don't run. They don't. You know, they're easy care. So a lot of women will choose that. But if you want a cheap sari, it's getting increasingly hard to get a 9-yard. So they get 6-yard ones. They tuck them up just in the traditional way, and then they just wear them like shorts. This whole idea that we have to be covered to our ankles is all tied up with class. It's a very interesting and complex thing that if I keep talking about this will be like a 3-hour video, so I'm going to stop. But my point today is that deciding how you're going to wear your sari is very simple. It's very simple. It's very much a question of, what are you doing today? Which sari is going to be the right sari for that? You don't wear, obviously, a formal silk if you're going to go roll around in the dirt. But you can go roll around in the dirt in a sari. You can pick rice, you can do construction, you can ride a skateboard. There's a beautiful video I'll see if I can find for you folks of these girls riding skateboards in saris. And you know, like you can do anything in a sari. And it's, like I keep saying, it's incredibly versatile. So this is today's drape. Probably, I might even keep wearing it like this. It's, you know, sort of a shorts romper drape, very on fashion, right? In fashion right now, this romper concept. I'm not sure I'm not sure I bought into it. And you know, again, if I want a little bit more durability to the drape, I can also pull this around like this. And then this is a very working class. This is coded very working class in India, but it's coded working class because you can do work in it. So you know, this is not an impossible drape. If that's what I decide to do, I'll probably pull just a little more fabric out of the pleats so that I can have a little more length there. But that's today's drape. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It's gorgeous here in California today. I think the dog and I are going to have a lot of fun at the park after I do some other work. And yeah, thank you for watching. This is Leela Sinha, and this is an Everyday Saris video cast.